All right, everybody. Samori Benjamin here with a very special guest, someone who is a Norfolk State alum like myself, and he is now a member of the Cincinnati Reds coaching staff and also a Norfolk State University Hall of Famer, Mr. Terry Bradshaw. Terry, man, it's great to meet you, and thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, definitely. And so I know you're from Virginia, of course, and like I said, I went to Norfolk State as well, but just how did you end up going to Norfolk State?
Well, obviously being from Virginia, playing a three-sport athlete, actually went to Norfolk State to actually play basketball and baseball. Yes, I went there actually on a dual scholarship. The basketball didn't work out, but Marty Miller always told me, you always got a spot here on the baseball team. So played basketball for about, just went to the workouts in the summer and decided it wasn't for me. I thought that my best chance to maybe go to the next level is just to play baseball. So, gave it all I had in baseball and, got an opportunity to play and got drafted, and here you have it.
You know what, before that, growing up in Virginia, just how did you just get into sports, get into baseball? Now there's not a lot of Afro-American youth into baseball right now. So how about that?
Well, it was kind of a family thing. A lot of my cousins that were younger than me was playing, and there was like little small semi-pro leagues they called that I used to go out to and just watch as a youngster, and really took a love for it. Like I said, as kids growing up, as a family, we all kind of had interest in it. We actually all played it, and I was just able to just watch and continue to get better, and decided that it was something I wanted to do. And obviously just being a three-sport guy, and in high school scouts watching, Marty Miller, who had people watching all over, reached out to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And that's kind of how it started. Like I said, now it's it developed into going to Norfolk State and playing, actually, getting drafted, and by the grace of God, got a chance to get at a professional level, and got a little bit of time in the big leagues, and now like I said, it's coaching at this level. Just an honor and grateful to be here.
Yeah, tremendous. And you were the first Norfolk State alum to make it to the major leagues, and there's only been another one since. Now, growing up in Virginia, I know there's no professional sports teams. Were you a fan of Redskins at the time, Orioles maybe? And how about basketball? Bullets? Or no?
Not really.
Okay.
Like I said, really back then, I can honestly say I played all three. Like to watch all three. Back then it was only like one game on TV, baseball game, and Monday Night Baseball. Watched every game, was always there watching, and wasn't a big fan of going to games, but always just enjoyed being around it. I always tell people sometimes it seemed like baseball chose me.
Did you have a favorite player growing up in any other sports?
It's kind of crazy. Watching baseball, kind of grew up watching the St. Louis Cardinals, who kind of played that game that I kind of played. That they were into the speed, fast guys, and obviously they drafted me out of Norfolk State, which got a chance to go into that system. So just watched a lot of it, and got a chance to go out and see if I could play it at the highest level, and it happened. So.
Yeah, and those Cardinals teams you talk about, they had Vince Coleman and Willie McGee, definitely Blazers on the base path like yourself. Okay, so now Norfolk State, now they were in the CIAA still at that time, right? Not the MEAC yet. And so what was it like just playing the CIAA and playing at black college baseball at the time?
Well, obviously it was good. I mean, it was what gave me the opportunity to show my talents. Playing in the CIAA at the time, people may not know, but it was pretty competitive. Obviously, Coach Miller brought in some really, really good players, and we had a really good team, and got to meet a lot of brothers that I still to this day keep in contact. You know, a lot of local guys out of town, but you know, really enjoyed that experience. You know, just Marty teaching us not only the game of baseball, but just the game of life. You know, what we had to do moving forward. So it was just definitely the stepping stone to what have brought me to this point. So truly grateful for that opportunity, not just baseball wise, but academically as well. And every chance I get, I go back and try to help out the program as much as I can. Don't get to do it a whole lot, but try to make sure I'm there at homecoming and meet the fellas. So some good times, man. Times you'll never forget. And always look forward to going back.
Now I know Hampton did not have a baseball team. Well, who at that time might have been the best team you all played against in the black college baseball, or maybe like your biggest rival?
Well, like you said, there wasn't too many teams that was in the CIAA at the time, but St. Augustine had a really good team at the time. And then I can remember my second year there, Virginia State brought in a coach, Coach Swoop, who went out and recruited some pretty good players, and they gave us a run for our money. My second year there, actually beat us a couple times, which was very unusual. But like I said, Virginia State got some players in there, and they gave us some competition. But what really stands out is St. Aug at the time. But we pretty much dominated that league at the time.
Nice. Now, at the time, there had not been a player from Norfolk State to make the major league. So, and then you get drafted in 1990 by the Cardinals. Now, when you were at Norfolk State, never seen a player from that school make it to the major leagues, did you believe that you really had a chance to make it there?
Well, I definitely believe, because the year before that, big first baseman we had there, Mel Waring, was drafted, and he was in the Baltimore system. So he always came back and talked to us and told us how it was, and he always gave us hope and belief that, hey man, keep working hard, and anything can happen. And it was a dream of mine, and I as a whole really worked hard. So I never doubted that it wasn't possible, but obviously it wasn't easy. And once I got into minor league baseball, I absolutely knew that anything was possible. And that wasn't the easiest to start off, but with the coaching staff we had around us, with the daily work that you got, it was just a matter of just going out and dedicating yourself and putting in the work, and the opportunity would come about.
Okay, last question about the yard at Norfolk State. Did you all have the sweat box when you were there?
Yeah, we had the sweat box, the yard.
Yeah,
I remember those days. I mean, I can just remember being there for the first time, not really knowing a whole lot about Norfolk State. My roommate, Antonio Boone, was actually from Portsmouth, so he kind of knew the area a little bit and was kind of enlightening me on everything about the campus. And it didn't take me long to figure out, what went on in the campus, on the yard. Spent a couple nights at the yard, a little too long, but I knew what I was there for, and obviously, like I said, man, it was great times, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, Twin Towers, Scott Hall, Smith Hall, definitely. Now, you get drafted, like I said, in 1990, so by the Cardinals. Now, when you drafted, how did that feel?
It was like I said, it was a dream come true. Actually, back then, I didn't even know it was actually happened, because I got a telegram in the mail the day before and actually got a phone call the next day.
Wow.
So actually, once I got the phone call, I kind of figured it out. Didn't really know the telegram, what that was all about, but got a phone call the next day and was told I was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals, and then it was coming and signing the papers and off to Canada.
Okay, now you make your debut in '95, and with the Cardinals. Then with the Cardinals, you play for two iconic managers, Joe Torre in '95, right, and the '96 Tony La Russa. Is that correct?
Never got a chance to play for
Torre.
I played for Torre.
Okay.
I played for Torre. Was in spring training with La Russa.
Okay.
But yeah, two iconic Hall of Fame managers, which was experience in itself. That whole Cardinal experience was like fantasy camp for me at the time, with Ozzie Smith. A lot of the guys coming back to spring training, Red Shangies, Lou Brock, Bob Gibson. Like I said, just an honor.
What do you remember about your major league debut? I know your first 3 at bats, you got 3 hits, right?
Yep, I was 3 for 3. I remember going into the office, getting sent down, and Torrey basically told me it's the first time I ever sent a guy down that's hit that was 3 for 3. But just a surreal experience, going up there pinch hitting, and actually 3 straight pinch hits. Pitch hits was actually unheard of, but actually stole a base, and I was actually 3 for 3 with 1 stolen base. But it was a great feeling. I can just remember knowing that getting sent down, it was just for me to go back and continue to work on my craft, and I knew I would get a chance to be back up there at some point in time.
Now, how did it feel knowing that you were the first Norfolk State Spartan to ever make a major league appearance at that time? How did that feel for you?
Well, it was, like I said, obviously an honor. I know we had a lot of good players there at the time, so definitely an honor and very appreciative to say that I was the first NSU player to make it to the major league.
Yeah. Now Joe Torre, that next year he managed the Yankees to the World Series, '96. So now you stopped playing ball after about 10 years or so, and then you get into coaching. And I know you were with the Royals for a long time, from about 2000 through about 2022. So how was that experience for you, and how did you decide to get into coaching?
Well, first of all, my last year playing, you're not playing as much, and you start thinking about what's next. And I know that year in AAA, I got a lot of time to think about what's my next adventure, what's the next chapter in my book, and was approached by, actually, at the time, I was with the Expos, was approached to coach, that I wanted to coach, and I thought about that and was like, maybe that'll be something I'll do, and went to the off season, and the Expos that came to me, but also the Royals had also reached out because I had played with them the previous year in AAA, and they knew I wanted to coach, so they offered me a contract, took that contract, ended up starting off in A-ball, which was a great experience for me, is what I needed to start my development. Spent a few years in A-ball, went to high A-ball, and then also went from high A-ball to AAA as a coach, which didn't quite know if I was ready for that experience, but it ended up working out. Spent 5 years there, went back to AA, and then actually coached in AA, and spent some time as a roving hitting instructor. Did that for 4 or 5 years, and the Kansas City Royals gave me an opportunity to be a major league coach, and what a great experience. Learned a lot, still learning. So truly blessed for the opportunity, and grateful to say I've put this uniform on and sit in a major league dugout every night and watch a major league game, and been around really good major league players.
A couple more for you. I know it's almost game time. So now you were inducted to the Norfolk State University Sports Hall of Fame in 2023, just last season. So what was that like, and how did it feel to be able to go back and just experience that?
Well, obviously I didn't get a chance to go back and experience it. I was actually in spring training, and reached out to them to tell them I wouldn't be there. My wife and my brother accepted the honor on my behalf. Like I said, I talked to Marty as much as I can. Actually, he congratulated me on the honor. Truly blessed, grateful, honored. Couldn't have accomplished that without the teammates I had. And so grateful for those guys, because you don't win these honors without having good players around you, and like I said, just blessed to be a part of it, and so grateful.
Okay, and last one for you. Your name, Terry Bradshaw, is same name as a legendary quarterback, so I know that coming up you probably had some fun with that, over the years, so how about that?
Get asked that a lot. Wasn't a big Steeler fan. Growing up, parents wasn't Steeler fans, but I am a big-time Steeler fan as we sit here and speak. Just kind of,
you are, okay.
It just happened, yeah, I am. It just happened. It wasn't nothing that, parents sit around and talked about. It just happened. But like I said, I get asked that a lot. Get a lot of his fan mail. Get a lot of his jerseys to sign. Get a lot of his cars to sign. But it's been a thrill having the namesake. But like I said, it's one of those things that you get asked a lot, and I joke around with people a lot and act like I don't know who he is, but I do. So, that's my Terry Bradshaw story.
Last one. Who's the most talented player that you've ever been around?
Man, you kind of put me on the spot here. I've been around some really, really good players. Right now, as you know, we probably got one of the most talented players in the game right now. Just being around Ellie De La Cruz every day, watching what he does every single day, how he go about it. I can honestly say he's probably been the most talented player I've been around, but I've been around a lot of good ones. And like I said, once again, just blessed to be able to say I've been in the clubhouse with a lot of these talented players that playing this game at such a high level that's not easy to play.
All right, folks, a Norfolk State legend, the first Norfolk State ball player to play in the major leagues, and someone who has been in Major League Baseball now for over 20 years, over 30 years as a player and a coach, and a Norfolk State University Hall of Famer, Mr. Terry Bradshaw. Terry, man, it's really been an honor, and congrats to you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, same here.
All right, folks, we're back.